Well, hello everyone. My name is Nae and welcome to my channel. So, I wanted to do a story time. A lot of my friends and family requested this one actually. So, I'm going to be talking about when I kind of sort of dated this rapper, okay? It's nothing too huge or nothing, and obviously, I'm not going to be saying who this rapper is, but it definitely was a journey for me. And I did learn a lot of stuff. So cool, right? So, anyway, let's start off and just jump right into it. So, I was listening to this rapper ever since I was like 14, 15, something like that. And he was like always all over YouTube, and he was all over the internet, Facebook, especially Facebook. I really loved his videos on Facebook. And he was always all over there, like blowing up like huge numbers, like millions of people's and views and everything like that. And I always really liked, his music that he did. So, when I was about like 15 years old, I actually did get the chance to go and see him. Um, it was kind of like a meet and greet, if you will, if you want to say that. But there was a lot of other people there for this instance. Just like for the story time, I'm going to be calling this rapper Ray. So I did actually get to meet Ray. It was really cool. It was something very brief because he had a whole bunch of other fans and everything to get to. But I did meet him, and I do remember, telling him, "Oh my gosh, like I'm 15. I've been loving your music for a while now, and I would love to see what other music you have you want to put out, in the future." And I just remember him being like, "Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Stay in school, be safe, and thank you so much for coming out to see me." And I was like, "Okay, cool, bet. He's a really dope person. I really like that." I didn't get to take any pictures with him or anything like that, but I did have a really fun time meeting him and meeting some of his fans as well. And I thought that was so freaking cool. So that was like when I was like 15. I was wearing like a cute outfits. I just remember I thought I was hot shit. I was not, but that's fine. But I thought I was wearing like these long black boots, some cute skinny jeans, and a cute top and everything like that. Like I thought I was the shit. I don't know. So basically, I continue listening to this rapper's music and everything, and again, I'm really having a great time listening to his music, and I'm really getting into it and everything. And maybe a few years goes by at this point, like maybe a year or two or something like that. And around this time, I'm probably like 17 or something like that. He is on his social media asking if any of his fans wants to promote a song for him, just like us dancing or singing or vibing to his song. And I was the first one to be like, me, me right here, me right here. Yes, I want to. I loved his music. I like this very specific song, so I went ahead and I did a little video, nothing too crazy or anything. It's just me like vibing out to it and really loving it. And a lot of people really liked it, and I even tagged him in it as well. And he appreciated it. He actually did share it too, which was really dope. I was like, "Oh my god." And so I thought that was so cool. But anyway, so he was just like, "Oh, I think I remember you. I think you told me like you were listening to my music back when you were like 15 or something like that." And I was like, "Yeah, that was me." I was like, "Oh my god, I can't really remember." He was like, "Well, thank you so much for promoting my music. I really appreciate it." And I want you to know, this rapper was way older than me. I think by the time I met him, he was like 25. Remember, I'm 15. But he never gave me no like creepy pedophile vibes or anything like that. Um, So that was never the case. He always was very respectful, kept it very professional, and I appreciate him for that. So I don't want y'all thinking like, oh shoot, was he like trying to get at you? Like, I don't know. I never felt that way, and he never said anything about that when I was underage or anything like that. So basically, boom, 2 years later, 2 more years later actually go by. At this point, I am 19 years old, and he hits me up out of the blue. Ray hits me up out of the blue. Why? I don't know why Ray hits me up. He just does, right? So Ray hits me up and he says, "Hey, I remember you, years ago when I met you at, my little get together and everything. It was basically a concert, but it was a free concert, but I liked it. Anyway, though, yeah, I just thought that was really cool. He did hit me up and was like, yeah, I remember you and everything. I am coming out to your area if you want to come hang out with me." I was like, oh my God, stop, what? I was like, yes. And okay, maybe this was giving me, I don't know if this was giving me groupie vibes, but I was like, yes, I want to, like, because he was really selling it. He was like, we can hang out, you can show me around your town, we can get some food, hang out, you can listen to some of my new music I'm about to release and everything. I can show you some video ideas I'm trying to do for my new music video and my new album. And I was like, oh my God, that'd be so dope. And I was like, okay, cool. Are you gonna invite your other fans that you did back in the past? And he was like, I specifically actually just wanted you. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't find that weird in my 19-year-old mind. I didn't find that weird. Looking back at it though, that was mad weird, but all right. But I was like, yes, I would totally hang out with you. Like, let's do it. So he was like, okay, cool. And just so you know, I don't want to make you uncomfortable or anything. It's gonna be me, you, and my manager / my best friend. And I was like, okay, no problem, cool. So I got ready and everything. Thank God I had the day off, the day he did ask me. And so I went out to my downtown area. So when I went down to my downtown area, me and him were like texting back and forth and was like, oh, I'm here at this coffee shop, like, come meet us. And I was there and I was like, I was just waiting. And he was like, oh, my friend saw someone and we're just talking for them for a little bit. We're just down the street. I was like, okay, cool, bet, it's whatever. Don't worry about it. So I'm like waiting there for like, I think 10-15 minutes. And I'm like, I don't feel like waiting that long downtown because I don't even fuck with my downtown like that because, I've been downtown so many times before. Like, it really is like a whatever type of thing. It was a really nice day though. So I was like, if this Ray guy doesn't end up actually, coming to see me and hanging out with me, yeah, I was like, I'm really just gonna be like, all right, whatever. So he actually did show up. It was so crazy. He actually did get recognized too, I was like, oh. I was with him. I was like, oh, don't recognize me. Not that you would, but I was just like, okay. So yeah, so it was Ray and his best friend. He's just going to be known as best friend. So Ray and best friend hugged me and was like, oh my God, just so good to see you again. How are you? What's been going on? And we really, all of us really did have a good time together. We went on the Ferris wheel. We took pictures, and all the whole 9 yards and everything. It was so cool. I had a lot of fun and everything. They were like joking, kikiing, ha-haing, all this crazy stuff, right? So about maybe an hour and a half goes by of us hanging out and talking and him talking about his music and everything. And he's like, oh, well, it's getting kind of late. I really want to go watch the sunset. Would you be down to go watch the sunset? And I was like, oh, sure. That sounds really nice. Like, let's go do it. And he was like, yeah, we have a great view from I don't know if you said Airbnb or hotel, I'm not sure, but he said from our room or whatever that he had. And I was like, Wait a minute. Stop. Pause. No. Go back. Rewind. Throw it back. I don't. Wait, what? Like, from your room? No, hold on. I was like, oh, it's like at your room and stuff. Like, and he was like, oh, nothing weird, nothing like that. Like, don't worry, nothing crazy or anything. We're just gonna go watch the sunset. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess. Yeah, sure, why not? And so Ray and his best friend, he was like, oh, let's get an Uber. It's kind of a drive, not too bad, but it's kind of a drive, especially downtown. So we got our Uber. As we're waiting for our Uber, I don't know if it was a homeless man or woman, but this homeless woman or man was going around asking us, like, for money. And all of us were like, oh, we don't have cash. And I don't know what set Ray off in his mind, but tell me why, when he got recognized by one of his fans, tell me why he decided this would be the perfect time to pull a prank on this person and was like, oh yeah, she's my girlfriend, pointing at me. She's my girlfriend, and yeah, and like, she been cheating on me with my brother, and I found out, but I took her back because I love her, but she really is a cheating ass whore. And I was like, what? Sir, no. What? And I don't know what he kept this in his mind, but he was just like, oh, I'm just joking, blah blah blah. Like, I'm like, oh, I was like, oh my gosh, you like got me because I wasn't in on this prank. Like, what the fuck? Sir, I do not know you like that. What are you talking about? So we get in the Uber, and again, he kept that in his mind. He decided to do the same thing on the Uber driver, saying, yeah, well, you were cheating on me, and I found out you're sleeping with my brother and my father. And I was like, okay. I was just like, I guess I'll play along, since I guess I kind of know it by this point. I kind of know the gist of what he is, trying to do and prank and everything. And I was just being like, oh my gosh, I apologize 100 times. Like, how many times do you want me to say I'm sorry? I didn't mean it. Like, I don't know. I was just like bullshit. I didn't know what the fuck this man was on. But yeah, he really pranked them and was like, yeah, she's my girlfriend, but I took her back. We're about to get married. But it's like, she keeps sleeping with my brother. And I was like, pointing to his best friend, mind you. So it's just a love triangle in this bitch, I guess. I don't know. But we eventually get back to their room, and me and Ray go on the balcony, and we really do go watch the sunset. And he really likes the sunset. He's like getting really deep, and we're like having this deep conversation and everything about himself, his personal life, and everything like that. Stuff he does not share online or anything like that. And tell me why, as we're like having this conversation, across from his room, it was like an open balcony, right? It was an open balcony and everything. And the blinds were open. The window, you could see it clear as day. There are a couple fucking in the window. A couple having relations in the window. They are in the window, and we're like, oh, that's a choice. Okay. Like, that's wild. I was like, okay, well, get what you gotta do. And maybe something clicked from that point. I'm not sure. Because the next question he asked me was, what about you? Are you single? And I was like, yeah, I'm single, like, whatever. Like, I don't really care for dating right now. I'm just working, doing me. And he was like, yeah, me too. Like, I'm just working, doing me. I'm making a lot of money. I'm about to buy a house in whatever state he said. I don't remember. But Ray was like, yeah, like, I'm about to buy this huge house and everything like that. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay, you got money. I see you. And he was like, so you want to see my DMs? I was like, your DMs? And he was like, yeah, you want to see like all the people messaging me? I was like, sure, if you want to show me, if it's okay with you, I'll look. I'm a very nosy person. Everyone in my life actually knows this about me. So I am quite nosy. So if you give me the opportunity, I'm sure I'm going to take it. That's for sure. So anyway, I was like, sure, why not? And so we're going through his DMs, and it's just hella women in there throwing themselves at him. And I'm like, okay. At this point, I'm kind of being like, this is getting really tacky. Like, come on now. I know you can do better than this. Like, if you're trying to get me to be jealous or be like impressed or something, I wasn't. So, I mean, it was whatever, but I was like, oh, okay, well, get what you got to get going. And he was like, yeah, I've been sending them nudes back and forth and everything like that. And I was like, okay, why are you telling me that? And he was like, well, do you want to see my dick pics? And I was like, what's your dick pics? What? No. And he was like, no, like it's pretty decent size. I think you like it. What is that, Ray? What does this fucking have to do with anything? At this point, me and him are pretty comfortable with each other, and so we went by first name basis. But I was like, Ray, what does this really have to do with anything? Like, let's be for real right now. Like, what are you talking about? No, I don't want to see your dick pic. Like, it's okay. I'm good. I'm Gucci. Don't worry about it. He was like, oh, come on, just look at it. Just take a pic, or just take a peek, I guess. A pic. What the fuck? And I was like, sure. Fine, show me. I'm curious, and I might as well make my drive here worth it, because what the fuck. So I look at it and I'm like, it's pretty all right. It's decent. I'm not going I'm gonna keep it real. It was whatever. Okay. So anyway, past that point, like at that point he starts like holding my hand and trying to hug me and just trying to touch up on me. I'm like, boy, bye, stop. So he was like, oh, okay, well, I want to get you your Ubers. I don't want you walking or going far or anything like that. So he's like, let's go back to my room and go get my best friend. I was like, okay, cool, bet. So we go back to his room. His best friend's chilling on the bed, I think, or something like that. And, for some reason, out of nowhere, he was like, oh, I actually, before I get you your Uber, I do want to show you something. And I was like, okay, like, you can show me, I guess. Mind you, this is one room. So, like, his best friend's right there. And so he's like, oh, I want to show you, but it's in the bathroom. It's really cool. And I was like, what could be cool in the bathroom? Like, whatever they had, whatever room they had, it wasn't all that. It wasn't expensive. It wasn't, no Hilton or nothing like that. Like, it wasn't fancy. I don't know if Hilton's fancy, but it wasn't, it wasn't a fancy, hotel or room or anything like that. So, and you can tell, you could tell. If you've seen, you could tell. So I'm just like, I'm sure there's nothing in there that's, whatever. And he's just like, no, really, it'll be really quick. I want to show you. It's really cool. It's in the bathroom. And I was like, no, like, I'm not stupid. I know why you're trying to get me to go to the bathroom, because that's the only other place alone other than the closet right there. Like, no, I'm not going to go in the bathroom with you. I know there's nothing cool in there, okay? And at this point, like, he's really trying to fight hard on it, too. At this point, his best friend, Ray's best friend, jumps in and was like, no, really, you got to go in the bathroom. You got to see it. It's really dope. Like, you got to go see it. And I'm like, I know you're trying to be his wingman right now, but y'all really trying to play me. I know it. I know you're trying to. So at that point, I was like, no, I'm good. Like, there's nothing in that bathroom. Like, stop playing with me. And he was like, no, really, it's really quick. Just come see with me. And I was like, sure, you know what? I will amuse you. Go ahead. Show me what you want to show me with the door open. Cause I had a feeling you're finna try something. I just had a feeling. So we walk in there. He's like, well, it's behind the door. I have to close the door. I was like, no, what did I just say? Get the door open. This small bathroom. There is no way you need to close the door all the way for me to see this amazing thing that's in the bathroom, right? So he's like, okay, but it's behind the door. Like I'm gonna have to close it at least a little bit. And I was like, go ahead. Go ahead. And he closes it a little bit. And he's like, look at this. Look at it was a washer and dryer. It was a washer and dryer. I've seen plenty of those. You want to tell me what does this one transform? Like I'm confused. What part of this is so amazing? I have to see it. Like I didn't understand. And that's when he closed the door and he was like, okay, let me stop capping. I think you're beautiful. I always thought you were beautiful. That's when I was like, wait a minute. I was underage, sir. I was underage. Okay. So I mean, I understand it's a compliment, but I'm not sure if he saw me in that way. You know, I was still 19. At this point, I think he was 27, 28, 29, something like that. I'm not really sure how old he was. I know he was older than 25 though at that point, as I was 19. So he was like, I just think you're so beautiful and I really like you, you know. And I was just like taken aback. And I was like, what do you mean you like me? Is this why you did all this? And he was like, yeah, it really was. Like, I'm sorry about that. I thought you're so beautiful. And you're really the only person I remember, you know, out here like that. And I was like, okay, well, I appreciate that. Thank you. And we're talking in the bathroom for a little bit. Mind you, this door is still fucking closed. And I don't know where he kisses me. And I was like, I'm not tied down at the moment, like, whatever, right? And, you know, I was never going to give up my card. So, none of that. I know he tried, though. He did try, but no, never. Not me. So after he was like, at that point when he kissed me, we started making out, you know, touching up on each other and everything like that. Ray was really nice, you know, sweet guy, whatever. Things got a little heated, but it didn't go past any points, you know, like that. So, you know, we had our little fun, but it was nothing a lot. And so after that, it was probably like 10, 15 minutes later, I went ahead, I stepped out and I said, okay, you know what? I'm good on the Uber and everything. I'll just walk. I'm good. And he was like, oh, you're leaving so soon. Like, well, let's go get dinner. Let's hang out somewhere. I was like, no, I'm okay. Really, I'm good. But thank you. And I left at that point. I was like, I'm done. You know, whatever. I had my little fun with the dude, but it wasn't nothing like that. Now, would I say I dated this rapper? No, I didn't date him. And there was a lot of factors on why I would not date him. But he did ask me if I wanted to be his girlfriend. And I was like, no, I'm okay. But like, thank you. But like, after that instant, I never really like listened to his music or went on his social media or liked any of his pictures or anything like that. But, again, really. So, you know, this was maybe like a few months later goes by and he hits me up. I guess he's in a different state and he's like, I miss you. And all I did was take a screenshot and send it to my best friend. Was like, look who popped up again. Like, bye. I never responded because there was no freaking reason to respond to him. And I kept it at that. At this point, we never talked again. He never reached out or anything like that. Ray's a really cool dude. I don't follow him on social media anymore. Like, cause he's not an ex, but he was someone I had small relations with. And, You know, I just don't want none of that anymore. So I did go ahead and remove him off all my social media. So I don't know what he's doing. I don't care, but I hope he's doing well and all that and all that. So that was my first story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, it was a short one, you know, something light. Right now, today it is Thanksgiving, and I'm in my Thanksgiving fit, my red coat, cute, and my necklace with my boyfriend's initial. So yeah, but that's pretty much it. I really hope you guys liked this story time. If you guys want more, please, please, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment down below. Tell me what other story times I should tell in the future. So yeah, basically that is it. Thank you so much. Peace from the Mazique.